Hello everybody. I hope everything is okay with you. Today I'm starting the second part of part 7 of my lectures about the Rumi. Today is the 28th of April 2016, equal with the 9th of Ordivehesh 1395 in Persian calendar. Uh, mm, mm, this lecture and the lecture of the yesterday, which was part 1 of that, is about the pantheism. Pantheism in the ideas of Rumi and people like Rumi, and I will finish this lecture about the pantheism today. And from next way, I would like to explain that I'm going to speak about the I speak about the uh, about mm, uh, how and a dervish order could establish the Persian Safavid Empire in 1501, which lasted about 220 years, which 230 years. How they could do that? How it was possible to do that? And what was inside of the dervish order hidden that they could do that? And I think it's a very important subject that I'm going to speak about that, and it is. I think it's a result of my research and what I understand what happened, and I think nobody has done it before, or from this point of view. At least I don't know. So it is copyrighted, and please, if somebody wants to use the content of my lecture in next week and the weeks after that, please, uh, you need to mention my name. Okay, then we start the second part of the part 7 right now. I need to explain several things before starting the lecture. I spoke about the Howard Baskerville yesterday, that he was martyred when he was 24 years old in 19 April 1901, and I spoke that he was fighting along the Persian freedom fighters against the king that was supported by Russia. And some people may think that he was fighting as an American. He was fighting with Russia, which is not true, because in that time America didn't have any presence in Iran, and in that time I think America, I mean, in 1823, 19th century, we know that James Monroe, he declared, and he said that it is the it is Monroe doctrine, right? Monroe doctrine, that he said that he is not going to permit any European country to colonize uh, uh, countries in the America, and also America doesn't go to do the same in the Europe, and so America didn't have any interfere in the business of Iran in that time, because European countries were involved, and so American didn't want to do that. I mean, in that time, British, I mean England and Russia, divided Iran according to the Treaty of 1907. They divided Iran between themselves. There was no America in that time in Iran, so Howard Baskerville just wanted to help the freedom fighters, not against Russia or something. Then I spoke about the Ibn Arabi. I need to explain a few words about him. He is a philosopher of the 12th and 13th century AD. He was born in Spain. He was born in Spain and died in Syria. That you see the situation, unfortunately, right now. And something else that I want to explain, and that I cannot speak about the details of the life of people. I mean, when they were born, when they died, and I mean, I'm not going to speak about the details. I'm speaking about their time, the situation and condition of their times, and how and their idea. The details, if they are related and important, I speak about them, because we don't have time here. I mean, there are too much to speak about that, and I cannot speak about all of them. So I'm not speaking about that, and I apologize about that. And there was other question about the China and Iran. I said that China is in the east of Asia, and Iran is in the west of Asia, are dominant cultural power. And one of my friends to ask me to explain more about that. China in the east of Asia, Japan, Korea, South Korea, North Korea, Singapore, Taiwan, all of these countries that you see, Vietnam that you see in the east of Asia, they are under the umbrella of the China's culture. They are using uh, Chinese calendar. They are using in many things. They follow the Chinese, and they use many Chinese words in their language. So it is uh, everything you see there is almost Chinese about the culture. Even I mean, Japan is a great country in the industry, but about the culture, they are following the China. Okay, I don't know the details more than this, but I know that. And about Iran, Iran as an empire for many years. If we consider even Persian Empire, then we can go for about 1400 years being empire in the west of Asia, and I would like to call it cultural empire, right? Cultural empire. According to the Professor Richard Fry, that I would like I would like to share of his a short video with you. Iran is we have the word Iran Shahr. Iran Shahr is bigger than Iran. Iran Shahr is the place that the culture of Iran is dominant, and it considers Iran, the Iran that we have right now, Caucasus. Caucasus. They ask you what is your race. You say I'm Caucasian. White people usually they are Caucasian, right? This Caucasus is a name of area in the Caucasus in between Iran and Russia, and right now the Turks, Azeris, and Armenians, they are fighting there, right? And the people of this area are so white, I think. And before 200 years ago, before it was part of Iran. Caucasus was part of Iran, and it's a very beautiful place. And it was separated by Russian from Iran. So Caucasus. So present Iran, Caucasus, Afghanistan, and Central Asia. These are the Iran Shahr. Yeah, and also the other countries like Turkey, the other countries that you see, they celebrate Nowruz. They have many. I mean, the Persian culture and Persian festivals and Persian ceremonies you can see in their culture, and it is present, and easily you can find them. And also, according to the late Professor Richard Fry, American, the borders of Iran is from China to the Hungary, and Outer Mongolia to Mesopotamia. Just it is where the Persian culture is dominant. Also now is dominant. Uh, I cannot explain more than this, but maybe later in other things, not about the Rumi. And it is funny that we were neighbor of Chinese for thousands of years, and never we fought with each other. This is so funny. I really like it. I mean, I consider Chinese as a civilized country, as a civilized people, and ourselves as a civilized people. Okay, I don't want to be modest. Then never we fought with each other, and it's funny. I mean, I read somewhere that they call us as old friends, and I'm happy about that to hear that. Okay, let's go. And about something, I know that some people later they try to criticize me that he's simplifying everything. I understand. I'm simplifying it because it's so complicated. If we want to make it so complicated, and then nobody understands what is happening. I try to make it simple, but I try to say exactly what it is. I try to explain in a good way. I'm not to uh, downgrade it. Just I try to to simplify it, and I mean the things that I'm speaking here. If I want to speak too much technical and make it very complicated and sophisticated, then I think it's not useful. Then we go to start the lecture. Of course, they were part of lecture. I mean the main body, with few sentences from Azizuddin Nasafi. This Nasafi has a very nice book, and he's a very a nice person himself, a knowledgeable person, an Arab person. I don't know why nobody tried to translate his books. I mean, he's not less than Rumi and Hafiz. And it is not poem. It is simple writing and easily could understand. And I think it's so nice. I really like him. So I start. I read it first in Persian, which is the original language for this text. genuine genuine language. ای درویش، باید که بر دنیا و نعمت دنیا دل ننهی و بر حیات و صحت و مال و جاه اعتماد نکنی که هر چیز که در زیر فلک قمر است و افلاک بر ایشان میگردد بر یک حال نمیماند. کار عالم به موج دریا میماند، یا خود موج دریاست و عاقل هرگز بر موج دریا عمارت نسازد و نیت اقامت نکند. It is abbreviated. He says, oh dervish, you shouldn't trust, you shouldn't love dunya. Dunya, I have explained before what is dunya. Dunya is a word that says whatever you love in this world, like money, car, I don't know, whatever attaches you to this world, good clothes, delicious foods, whatever you like. He says you shouldn't trust that, you shouldn't love them, you shouldn't attach to them. It's a better word. You shouldn't attach to them, because of them you may do wrong things. He doesn't say that. I add myself. بر حیات, and to life, and صحت means health, and mal means money, properties, but job, position. I am foreign minister, something like that. You shouldn't trust to these things. You shouldn't be happy about them. که هر چیز که در زیر فلک قمر است و افلاک بر ایشان میگردد بر یک حال whatever it is under this sky, whatever, it doesn't remain in the same situation. Everything changes. Everything may change, and we see change. How our situation changing. We are poor, become rich, poor, healthy, sick. Just don't trust them, because there is no stability, there is no certainty. کار عالم به موج دریا میماند. This word is like a wave of sea. This word is like wave of sea, or maybe it is the wave of sea itself. Not even. It is the wave of sea itself. عاقل هرگز بر موج دریا عمارت نسازد. The wise person never is going to build a building, to construct a building on the wave of sea and reside there. So he says, just be careful. Don't think that we stay here forever. No, it doesn't happen. Then we spoke about the pantheism. I said that Arif people, they think that our spirit is the spirit of God, and we come back to God finally. And the only thing that they see as a obstacle that we cannot come back to the God is our body, which is from soul. And when we die, we come back to the God. Of course, it doesn't matter. Everybody dies, come back to the God. If we are a good person and do good things, then we come back to the God again. It is a little bit complicated, but I try to make it in simple words. Right now, I am trying to explain. I mean, to some poems that from Hafiz and from Rumi, what they say about that. Okay, Hafiz. حجاب چهره جان می شود غبار تنم، خوش آدمی که از این چهره پرده در فکنم. چنین قفس نه سزای چو من خوش الهانیست، روم به گلشن رضوان که مرغ آن چمنم. Hijab is veil, is cover. These women, they have black veil and you cannot see their face. Is hijab because it covers them from other people to see them. They call it hijab. Hijab means cover. Hafiz says hijab غبار تنم. It's my soul, the dust of my soul covers my spirit. The dust of my body, which is soul, the dust of my body covers my spirit. So I have a body and I have a spirit, which covers each other from each other. And it's a good time that I through curtain. I mean, I remove the curtain. I remove the curtain from this face. I mean, recover. I mean, recover. I mean, I remove the cover. It means I die, and this body remains, and my spirit goes to the God. چنین قفس نه سزای چومن خوش الهانیست. چنین قفس means this cage. He says this cage. He means body. Such a cage is not good for me. That I am a good. That I am a bird that has a very beautiful song. This cage is not for a bird like me that has a very beautiful song. روم به گلشن رضوان که مرغ آن چمنم. I am going to paradise. That I am the bird of there, not bird of here. It is Hafiz says. Okay? I wanted to say what they think according to their poems. Again Hafiz. میان عاشق و معشوق هیچ حائل نیست. تو خود حجاب خودی. Hafiz از میان برخیز. He says, I said عاشق is lover, you can male lover. And معشوق you can say female lover. Both of them are lover, عاشق and معشوق. He says between this lover and this lover there is nothing. تو خود حجاب خودی. You are covering yourself, Hafiz. You are covering yourself. I mean, go aside. Go, I don't know, go somewhere. I mean, go from this place that you are standing between lover and lover. Again, he says, my body doesn't permit my spirit goes to the gods. Again here. Again, I go to the Rumi. What Rumi says, مرغ باغ ملکوتم نیم از عالم خاک. 2-3 روزی قفسی ساختند از بدنم. خرم آن روز که پرواز کنم تا در دوست. به هوای سر کویش پروبالی بزنم. He says, I am the bird of the heaven, the garden of heaven. نیم از عالم خاک. I am not from the earth. I am not from this earth. 2-3 روزی قفسی ساختند. 2-3 days they have made a cage from my body. Again he says cage, like Hafiz. خرم آن روز, such a beautiful day that I fly until the door of my friend. Is a wonderful day that I fly to the door of my friend, which is God. به هوای سر کویش پروبالی بزنم. I mean, to become so happy that I am near the door of him or her, then I wing. You know, when sometimes birds, they are happy, they are winging, right? It is from Rumi again. You know, again, the same idea. Hafiz. I come back to Hafiz. خرم آن روز که از این منزل ویران بروم. راحت جان طلبم بس پی جانان بروم. گرچه دانم که به جایی نبرد راه غریب. من به بوی سر آن زلف پریشان بروم. دلم از وحشت زندان سکندر بگرفت. رخت بربندم و تا ملک سلیمان بروم. He says again, such a wonderful day that I am going from this ruined home, which is mean this here, this world. I mean this world that he's doing. I go from this ruined. He's calling this earth world place. I mean ruined place. راحت جان. I go for welfare of my spirit. از پی جانان بروم. I go after my lover, which is God. گرچه دانم که به جایی نبرد راه. I know that a stranger like me that doesn't know the way could not find any place, because he says I don't know the road, how to go there. من به بوی سر آن زلف پریشان بروم. So beautiful. من به بوی سر آن زلف پریشان بروم. He says I don't know the road, but I'm going with the smell of this her beautiful hairs. I am going, not my hair. I am going because it smells so good and I can follow her or him, which means God. من به بوی سر آن زلف پریشان بروم. Such a beautiful verse. گرچه دانم که به جایی نبرد راه غریب. من به بوی سر آن زلف پریشان بروم. دلم از وحشت زندان سکندر بگیره. رخت بربندم و تا ملک سلیمان بروم. I am I am so tired. I am so bored. I am bored of this prison of Alexander Zandana Sikandar. I mean, it's a notorious prison in the mythology and history. Maybe history says I don't like it. I don't like here, and I want to go. I want to go, and I want to make my luggage, travel luggage ready, and go until the country of Solomon. You know, Solomon is the prophet of Old Testament and also Quran. I think Christianity also, yes, in New Testament, and it was a lot of welfare and happiness in his country, Solomon. Okay, he says I want to go there and be happy. Again, he means to the to God. And Solomon had a lot of authority. He okay. I'm not. Yeah, he wants to say. I mean, the 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 country of Solomon could be a small example of the heaven of God, something like that. Okay, so we know our body is the cover that doesn't permit us to reach the God. But I would like to emphasize that they don't prescribe commit suicide or dying. Just they say when we die we go to the God, and I say why they do say that. Why? What is the reason they say that from historical point of view according to me? Okay, we go to, so we finished the pantheism, I mean part of pantheism, and I go to the Shatiyat. Shatiyat, what is Shatiyat? Shatiyat, you know, these Arab people, sometimes they become so excited they are speaking things that sometimes they kill them. They say, Analhaq, I am God. You know, things like that other people have a lot of problem to understand, and maybe it is better to do not say that. Anyway, we have Bayazid Bastami. Yeah, he's one of the first people that started to speak like that. He says, Sobhani, Ma Azam Shani. He says, how pure I am. How great is my position. You know, he's speaking like God. You know, he's speaking like God. Oh, La ilah illa ana. There is no God except me. It's too much, you know. There is no God except me. Except me. You know, in Arabs, Muslims, they say la ilaha illallah. There is no God except God, Allah. But he says la ilaha illa ana. There is no God except me. And you know, this way of speaking has a. I'm not going to criticize them, and I'm not going to approve them. But this kind of speaking could has disadvantages and advantages, and many people that they are not sincere and they are just opportunists. They may take care of this kind of speaking. You know, for example, uh, Shah Ismail the first, the founder of Persian Safavid Empire, their followers was calling him Ibnullah, means son of God, and they were honest. They were believing that he's the son of God and sometimes Allah. You know, these saying there is no God except me. I mean, if we say okay, he was saying something else, he didn't mean exactly like that. But in the time of Shah Ismail, later they said exactly that I am God and I am the son of God. And if they were not defeated in 1514 by Turks, Ottoman Turks, Shah Ismail is going to say repeatedly that I am God, but they were defeated in this fight, Chaldaran fight, and he understood that he is not God, and also his followers started to say that. And also, you know, we have, you know, they say everything is God, everything, and you know, there were some pedophile people. They wanted to, I don't know, to sex abuse young boys, 13, 12, and they were saying he's God, he's the reflection of God, and I love him. You know what I'm saying? And in one of them, you know, when he says something like, then official interpretation of the religion, they asked him to arrest, and finally they killed him. They said, okay, you see why you see that we don't see him? He said, because I mean, the light of God is not in you and you could not see. Just I want to say this kind of speaking has is giving a lot of opportunity to people that they are opportunists and they are not sincere and they want to take advantage, and then they justify everything. I am God. and the other things, and it happened many times. So I try to do not use this kind of words. Even I don't believe to these things. I mean an Allah or something. Again, we go to Bayezid Bastami, the same person. Other things that he says. نقل است که بایزید گفت حق تعالی 30 سال آینه من بود، اکنون من آینه خودم. یعنی آنچه من بودم نماندم که من و حق شرک است، چون من نماندم حق تعالی آینه خویش است. اینک بگویم که آینه خویشم حق است که به زبان من سخن گوید و من در میان ناپدید. خب بایزید belongs to the 9th century AD and the 3rd century in Arabic calendar. It says they were saying its translation. They were saying that Bayezid said that God was 30 years my mirror. God was my mirror for 30 years. Right now I am mirror of myself. I am reflect myself. I spoke about reflection. Yani, it means whatever I was, I didn't remain. I gone. I disappeared. که من و حق شرک است. I cannot say me and God. If I say me and God, I say shirk. If you put the God, partner for the God, then it is shirk. You cannot say that. He says, okay, if I have man and God, then it is shirk. I have put partner for God and it's shirk. Shirk means putting the considering partner for the God. He says, okay, there is no me here. It is just God. Whatever you see, it is just God. There is no me here. There is God. چون من نماندم, because I am not here, then God is the mirror of himself or itself or herself. So it is God. I am God because God is mirror of itself and I am not. There is nobody here. Because if there is two body here, two persons here, then it is shirk. Means I have considered partner for the God and it is not accepted. اینک بگویم که آینه خویش است. Right now I am saying that I am mirror of myself. حق است که به زبان من سخن میگویم. God is speaking from my tongue. و من در میان ناپدید. And I am disappearing now. So God speaks from my tongue. It is what they say. I'm not saying it is good or bad. Just I'm trying to explain. And Rumi says about Bayezid. Rumi says what he says. Then we have the idea of Rumi about the Bayezid. And he's trying to be positive. All of them are positive and trying to interpret whatever other people said in a positive way. با مریدان آن فقیر محتشم، بایزید آمد که یزدان اینک منم. گفت مستانه عیان آن ذوفنون، لا اله الا انا فاعبدون. نیست اندر جبه‌ام الا خدا، چند جویی در زمین و در سما. Okay, it's the translation of the Rumi's poem. He came and said to his followers, that faqir, that poor man, which is Bayezid, and said, I am the God. So he said to his followers, I am the God, in the poem of Rumi. He said in a drunken way and very apparently that a person has many qualities and knows many things, knowledgeable person. Zo means having something. Okay, I'm not, I apologize. If I want to explain everything, it becomes too long. That man with a lot of quality, coming apparently and drunkenly, said, La ilaha illa ana. There is no God except me. Fa'buduni. So worship me. Okay. نیست اندر جبه‌ام الا خدا. In my clothes, inside of my clothes, there is nobody except the God. چند جویی در زمین و سما. How long do you want to search for the God? In the sky and earth. I am the God. If I am laughing, I don't want to make a joke. Just I think you should be very bold to say to people that I am God. I understand the philosophy behind of it, and I am not going to criticize, but just I say it is a little bit too much. So we reach to the Hussein ibn Mansur Hallaj. He is the symbol of the Sufi and Arif people as a martyr, big martyr. I think if there was no history about him, he could be a myth easily, and also he's a myth. Even now he's a myth. He's all of the Arif people. He's the first man that they name him, and he's the symbol of this current, this political party, this spiritual party, whatever you would like. Hussein ibn Mansur Hallaj. And I say I am not saying all of his life, just a simple one. He belongs to the 9th and 10th century AD, 3 and 4th century, Islamic calendar, and they hanged him because he was saying, "An al-Haq, I am God." According to the Khalif, Arab Khalif, and also Muftis said that he's out of religion. He should die. They hanged him or crucified, I don't know exactly, and finally they burned him and put his ashes to the river. Yes, and he's very famous, as I said. And when he was in jail, they asked him to repentance, to return his word and say, I am not. He said, don't ask me, ask somebody who said it. It means that I am not saying that God speaks from my tongue. But they didn't accept from him and they killed him because he was very clear. I mean, he was very clear about what, and he was very brave person. He didn't fear, and he was continuing to say. But Rumi says, what he says در مقام قرب به حق و استغراق در حق گفته است, that I am saying قرب is being close to the God. He said, because of that he says أنا الحق. He didn't mean that I am God. I said, they don't mean I am God. They say God is me. Then later, everybody said he was right, just he ifsha asrar rububiyyah is the Arabic sentence. It means that he said the secrets of God and he couldn't say that. And because of that, God wanted to be hanged. God could stop it, but didn't stop because he was speaking about the secrets. Okay, different ideas. We may say, for example, we may consider why they say like that. These people, when they become excited, they don't care about anything. Maybe they see something that I don't see myself. I don't know. I have not reached to this position, and I was not after that position. I don't know what's happening. They become so excited and they don't care, and they are searching for that. I mean, so brave, so excited. For example, if you ask Hallaj, why you say that? Why you speak? You say Ana al-Haq. It is too much. They kill you. I would like to answer according to Hafiz, what Hafiz says. Hafiz says سوی من لب چه میگزی که مگوی لب لعلی گزیدم که مپرس همچو حافظ غریب در ره عشق به مقامی رسیدم که مپرس. لب گزیدن, when I don't know somebody speaks and you want to stop this person in Persian, I don't know about America, you means don't say anything, stop, be silent, something like that. You want to stop the person. Hafiz says, why you bite your lip that don't say? Why you bite your lip that don't say? لب لعلی گزیدم که مپرس. I have bitten a lip. Lal means ruby. Some lips are like ruby. They are red, but very beautiful red. He says, I have bitten a lip that has a color of ruby that you couldn't imagine. I have bitten a lip that had a beautiful color of ruby and even you couldn't imagine. He says that I am so close to the God. I mean, he uses this word. He uses this word in a very beautiful way. So don't bite your lip to me that do not say, I have done something that even you couldn't imagine. This something is biting the beautiful lip. And like poor Hafiz, in the way of love, I have reached to the position that even you could not imagine. He says, he wants to say, Hafiz, he wants to say, don't say to us, don't say these things. We have seen things that we don't care. We don't care if we go to prison, if they call us, if they kill us or whatever. We don't care. We say. And people, maybe we could understand why people like Hallaj, they become so excited and they don't care and say An al-Haq, and they don't care what is going to happen. And also Rumi, but Rumi, it was conservative according to me. Okay, let's see what Attar Nishaburi is one of the greatest Arif that I have spoken about him a little. Maybe later I spoke a lot about him and explained. He has the mantuq al-tayr, which language of birds. The language of the birds, or or logic of fly. It could have both of these meanings, and they have translated on conference of birds that I will speak about it later. What he says about the Hallaj, how he's positive and how he's speaking high about the Hallaj, which hanged or crucified. آن قتیل الله فی سبیل الله، آن شیر بیشه تحقیق، آن شجاع صفدر صدیق، آن غرقه دریای مواج، حسین ابن منصور حلاج رحمت الله علیه. کار او کاری عجیب بود و کار او کاری عجب بود و واقعات غرایب. بیقرار و شوری روزگار بود و عاشق صادق و پاکباز. جد و جهدی عظیم داشت و دریافتی و ریاضتی و کرامتی عجیب و عالی همت و عظیم قدر. Too much. آن قتیل الله فی سبیل الله. Somebody who died for the God on the road of God. آن شیر بیشه تحقیق. That lion of the bush of research and investigation. آن شجاع صفدر صدیق. آن شجاع, that brave. Saf means line. Dar means reaping from each other. Safdar, somebody so strong in the war of Middle Ages, just opening and reaping the lines of the soldiers in front of them. They were saying Safdar, opening the lines, because he was so brave. When attacking, nobody could stand in front of him, and he calls him Safdar. An Shuja, that brave, that Safdar, Sadiq, which was honest. An Gharghe Daryai Mawaj, this person who was drowned in the wavy ocean or sea. Hussein ibn Mansur Hallaj. Hussein, the name of this person, Rahmatullah alayh, God bless him. Kari ajab bud. What he did was so surprising. Waqa'at qarayib. So surprising again. Biqarar shurude. He was unrest. Ashurude ruzagar, and I mean, just, yes, he was unresting. و عاشق صادق, honest lover, و پاکباز, giving everything for the God, پاکباز, giving everything for God, he didn't care. جد و جهدی عظیم داشت, and he was trying so hard to reach to the God. و ریاضتی و کرامتی عجیب, and he, riyazat, I mean, when you suffer in the road of God, in the way of God, and karamat, you do big things, great things, عجیب, strange, و عالی همت, and his position was so high. So you see, Attar is so positive about the Hussein ibn Mansur Hallaj, and how it describes him is too much. I'm not saying that Hallaj was a bad person or something, just I try to say what these people are thinking about Hallaj. And Hafiz says, آن یار که از او گشت سر دار بلند، جرمش این بود که اسرار هویدا میکرد. آن یار, that friend, که از او, that because of him, Dar became proud. Dar is, this wood that they hang people with that. It says Dar became proud because this Dar is proud that they hanged Hallaj with me. Is proud. Dar is proud. جرمش بود که اسرار هوید. His crime was that he was making secrets apparent. He was making clear to everybody. And he says it was his crime, according to Hafiz. And Rumi, what Rumi says, what we could see in the book of Rumi about Hallaj. آزمودم مرگ من در زندگی است، چون رحم زین زندگی پایندگی است. اقتلونی یا ثقات، ان فی قتلی حیاتا فی حیات. So the first verse is Persian, the second verse is Arabic, so beautiful. It says, I tried and I saw that my death is in life. My death is in life. When I am alive, it is not good. Do I say again, these people, they don't admire death. The story is completely something else. چون رحم زین زندگی پایندگی. If I die, then it is stability. Right now, no. After dying, then I am stable. پایندگی is continuous. اقتلونی یا this one is Arabic. اقتلونی یا صغاد ان فی قتلی حیاتا فی حیات. Kill me, my friends, kill me. Which in my killing, I see life in life. إن في قتلي حياة في حياة. It's so beautiful, and this part is from the Mansur himself, from Mansur Hallaj. Is a very beautiful Arabic poem. إن في قتلي حياة في حياة. Again, we go to the مولوی. شراب شیره انگور خواهم، حریف سرخوش مخمور خواهم. مرا بوی رسید از بوی حلاج، ز ساقی باده منصور خواهم. He says, I want the wine of the grape. You know, you can make wine from different things. And he says, from the grape, and I want the competitor, or I don't know, friend, that is happy, that has reached to me. Smell from the hallaj. مرا بوی رسید از بوی حلاج. I have smelled something from the smell of hallaj. The saqi, I want from the bartender the wine of Mansur. The Mansur Hallaj, the same person. چون که با دیدیم او منصور بود، ما همه ظلمت بودیم اون نور بود. Mansur at the same time means victor, somebody who is winner, winner, loser, like. In the other one he says, when I investigated, او منصور بود, he was a winner, playing with words. His name is Mansur, but at the same time Mansur means winner. He says, when I investigated, he was winner, Mansur, the same word. ما همه ظلمت بودیم و نور بود. We were darkness and he was light. So positive. Rumi about Hallaj. And here they don't speak secretly. They are very clear. I mean, what I was speaking about secret, not clear. It is not true here. Everything is clear. They speak very clearly what they will say. And then this one again from Rumi. بود انالحق در لب منصور نور، بود انالله در لب فرعون زور. You know, the Pharaoh, I don't know, Pharaoh or something, the king of the Egypt before, I don't know, in ancient ages, I don't know how they say in English, Pharaoh or something. In Persian they say Pharaoh. You know, in the time of Moses, he was saying that I am God, Anallah, Analhaq. He was saying that I am God, the king of the Egypt. In the time of Moses, you know, Moses was fighting with him. Rumi says there is a difference between this Analhaq and the other Analhaq. The Analhaq of Mansur and Analhaq of the king, there is a difference, because this king was really meant that I am God. But Hallaj didn't mean that I am God. He was saying that God is me. You know, it's a big difference here. And he says these two are not the same. Different. This saying is completely different from each other. You know, they are speaking about istighraq. Istighraq is qarq. I said fail, three alphabets like fail. Here we have qarq when it goes to the structure of istif'al, it becomes istighraq. Istighraq means istighraq means drowning in the water. Okay, they said what Mansur did was drowning in the water of God. You know, they say if you drown in the water, then after that whatever you do, it is not you, right? It is not you, it is God, because you are dead in the ocean of God. You are dead. So if you go with waves here and there, then it is not you that you do that. It is the wave, it is the sea that does that. And because of that, whatever Mansur said, because Mansur drowned in the ocean of God, and because of that, it is not Mansur that said Analhaq, right? It is not Mansur. Whatever Mansur said, Hussein ibn Mansur Hallaj said, it was not what he said, because God said, because he was drowned in the ocean of God. So when I drowned in the ocean, then anywhere I go, I don't go myself. I am going with the ocean. And also they say because Orb of Haq, Orb means closeness to the God. He dissolved in the God. So whatever he said, it was not what he said. It was what God did and said. It is the idea of Rumi about Hallaj. Again, I continue. Of course, when I say about the idea of Rumi about the Hallaj, also it is the Rumi himself. He's explaining himself. He is speaking about something else, but at the same time, he's explaining himself. He's speaking about his ideas under the name of somebody else. این انا هو بود در سر این انا هو بود در سر ای فضول ز اتحاد نور نه از رأی حلول. He says, this ana al-haq which Attar said that I am God, it was God. It was God, the person that you want to know. In secret, it was God. He didn't say that I am God. It was God. It was the unification of light. Unification of light. Nazra'y hulul. He didn't think that God, the Spirit of God, came inside of himself. Something like that. Incarnation, reincarnation, something like that. He says it was not like that. It was the unification of light. Again, Rumi in Fiye Mafi, which is not poem, he says, آخر این انالحق گفتن مردم میپندارند که دعوی بزرگی است. انالعبد گفتن دعوی بزرگی است. انالحق از این تواضع است، زیرا اینکه میگوید من عبد خدایم دو هستی اثبات میکند، یکی خود را و یکی خدا را. اما آنکه انالحق میگوید خود را عدم کرد و به باد داد. Rumi says these people that they are thinking that saying I am God is too big, no. It's too much, no. He criticizes me. He says no, it is not too much. Anal-ab گفتن, if you say I am the servant of God, it is too much. Why? He says Anal-haq is a big humble. When somebody says I am God, this person is very humble. Why? Because the person says I am the servant of God, he is speaking about two things, God and himself. God and himself. But the person says I am the God. He doesn't care about himself. He speaks about the God, just unique God. You know, it is what he says. It is very important to understand. When I speak about myself and God, there are two people here. And it is shirk, because I have put partner for the God. And shirk is not accepted. It's like kufr, like being infidel. He says this person that says that I am God, then this person says only God. There is nothing except God. It is what they say, Analhaq. Again, Rumi says, چنانکه منصور را چون دوستی حق به نهایت رسید دشمن خود شد و خود را نیست گردانید، گفت انالحق. یعنی من فنا گشتم، حق ماند بس. و این بغایت تواضع است و نهایت بندگی است، یعنی او است و بس. So beautiful. Okay. Rumi says Mansur fell in love with God in a degree. It was too much that he became his enemy, and he ruined himself. Right? He devastated himself and said, "Analha, I am God." Means that I am nobody. I dissolved, and only God remained. And it is so humble. It's such a big humble, Rumi says. And it's the end of being servant of God. It's the end of being servant of God. It means just God and nothing else. It is what Rumi tries to explain the Hallaj. Okay. Then I am going to explain my point of views about these people, why they say that. Why they say that, and what is the what they react to. I'm trying to explain that according to myself and from historical point of view. First, we see that they raise the position of human being as somebody very important, which is God. Even it is not part of the God, this human being is God itself. And it's very important. In that time, you say human being is because I said they were killing people like houseflies. They didn't like mosquitoes. They didn't like insects. They didn't care about human being. And these people, they want to raise the position of the human being. They say you cannot do that. These people are very important, and you cannot do that. It is one thing that they do that. And they want, they were killing. I said Mongols, and also the Mongols, they were not unique in the history of Iran. There were many people like them. There were many people like them. When you start, you see there are many. They all of the time they were killing people, massacre people, and they want to say they humiliate the dead. These Arab people humiliate the dead, and they want to say, listen, if you kill us, we don't care. It's not important for us because we come back again. And if we don't come back, I mean, there are different interpretations. We are going to the gods. So if you kill us, you are not a winner, you are a loser. Because you are killing the gods. And we are not loser, we are winner because we are going to the God. We are going to the garden of God. I would like to call it, it's a kind of, not a kind of, it's a cultural resistance in front of enemy. Two resistance. One of them in against ourselves, the nafs that I was speaking about it later, that all of the times orders us to do bad things, and also cultural resistance, which is Persians all of the time they have done during this history, and because of this cultural resistance, they could come all this long way and still remain in the history because of that. And against the enemy, they said to enemy, you win the war, you won the war. Yes, you are the victor, but I am here still. And if you kill me, you are loser. I am winner. So they try to theorize it. It's a cultural resistance. They humiliate death. If you kill, I don't care. I don't care. Nothing happens to me. Nothing wrong. I like to die because I am going to the God. I am a good person. I am going to the God. And humiliating of the life. People, all of us, we love our lives, but they want to say, okay, you kill me, I don't care about my life, because this life is a cage for me. It's a temporary life for me. It's not, I'm living here for 70, 60, 70, 80, but I'm going to God forever. I stay with my lover forever, so I don't care about my life. Again, they want to say to the enemy, you kill me, but it doesn't matter. It's not something important. And for example, Rumi says, Mustafa گفت دنیا ساعتی است. The prophet said that the dunya means this life that I have is just 1 hour. Dunya ساعتی. Sa'at means at dunya sa'a, Arabic sense. Life is just 1 hour, and it's true. Just 1 hour. Passed. All of them passed. I was 5 years old, and now I am 50 years old. Passed so fast. At dunya sa'a. Our life is just 1 hour. They humiliate life. They humiliate life to say it doesn't matter. If you kill me, I don't care about this life. I'm going to the garden of God. And also, they humiliate life because they say, okay, don't go for the beauties of the life because you need to sell yourself to the enemy and do wrong things. So life is not important. I'm going for poverty. I'm going for hunger. I'm going for thirst. And I'm not going for good clothes, good life or something. It doesn't matter. I don't care about that. Because behind of these things is selling yourself to the enemy, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They try to make these things as a value. If I am hungry, it doesn't matter. I do it myself voluntarily because I want to upgrade myself. If I remain thirsty, I do it voluntarily because I want to upgrade myself. They do these things just to do not sell themselves to the enemy and to stay as a human being, as an insan, as an Adam. They want to save their dignity. They don't want to. They do not want to bow to the enemy, and it's the only way. You have lost the war. They are winners. They have sword. They have soldiers, and you have lost the war. So what should you do? It is the only way just to say, I don't care about these things. You can do whatever you want, but I am winner, you are loser. And finally they showed that they are winner with patience. They showed that they are winner, and they showed. And you see the Mansur, they ask him, and also the standing in front of the power. They stand in front of power and say no. No, no, no. The people like Rumi and Hafiz and Hallaj and other people, they are educated people. Easily they could have high posts, because these people that they were occupied Iran, most of the time they were illiterate. Just they know how to fight. They don't know. They they they, they didn't know other thing. One of them, I have forgotten his name. When they occupied part of Iran, and from the minaret somebody was singing, asking people to come and pray. He said, what what they are doing, these people, what he is doing. He said, he is asking people to come and pray. He said, okay, this singing or this calling has any, does it harm our sheep and goats? They said no. He said, okay, let him sing. Something like that. These people completely illiterate. They didn't know. Just they were coming from desert, and they knew how to fight and how to plunder. And they need people to help them, to run the government. Just imagine some people from desert come and occupy United States tomorrow. Can they run the government? No. After 10 days, 15 days, they understand they need the people that they run this country to help them, because they don't know how to gather the tax, to collect the tax. They don't know anything. They don't, just they have power. So they need the people that they come to help them. And Hafiz and Rumi and people, they were educated people. They could help them, but they didn't sell themselves. They stand back and said, okay, no, I am not with you. And also they humiliate, and they say this world is not stable, it's unstable. Again, don't sell yourself, and also don't be sad, be happy. It happened. What I want to say, sometimes even they don't know themselves. I know that people like Rumi and Hafiz and people, they know that, but followers, they don't know. It's a kind of cultural resistance. According to me, it was a cultural resistance that these people they did. Anyway, later I speak more about that from historical point of view. And as I said, next week I start to speak about how a Dervish order could establish Persian Safavid Empire. Okay, it is the end of my lecture about Pantheism. Have a good day.